I milk it for every second. I needed it bad.
I've gotten into such a bad habit of staying up late the night before we have to go back to work, just to make it last a little longer.
And my girlfriend was deathly sick this weekend. She had a chest infection, an ear infection, and she has one kidney, so her fever went up to 107. I was going to have to take her to the hospital.
I got to give you kudos, man. You took care of her with some excellent TLC. Dave and I talk all the time.
We did a lot of sleeping, so, I was all for that.
Oh, and thank you to the people at New Penn Furniture for my appearance on Sunday. I had so much fun. So many listeners came down. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. As you wake up this morning, the big three newspapers. Newsday, Long Island teen night ambush. That's the headline. They were targeted. A street gang dispute may have played a role when 4 young men were shot in a car outside Westbury's Club Lamboom. Laboom. And the Daily News, their headline is, "Sorry, y'all. Andy apologizes to Yankees and fans."
I want to apologize to the New York Yankees and to the Houston Astros organizations and to their fans and to all my teammates and to all of baseball fans for the embarrassment I have caused them.
Why do you... This is so unfair. You have buttons to push and I don't.
I'm very proud of him. The Post, Roger announced, split ball for Yankee pals. So now there's a little tension between the two of them, apparently. But Andy wants to continue to be friends. Roger says he wants to continue to be friends. Brian McNamee, everybody wants to be friends when this is over. Sure they do.
I cannot stand this. Everybody talking about Andy Petite like he's a saint. He's a rat bastard that ratted out his best friend.
You can't expect a guy to lie under oath. What happens if, he gets caught later on? He's got to deal with other things. He's got to go back, and it's just going to follow him around.
He could have took a stand, Dave. Look how many people are saying this was a complete farce. These are the politicians in our country. We never should have done this in the first place. If Andy Petite had any cojones, he would have said, all right, I'm not testifying under oath, and you know what? This is a sham. I want him to be like Al Pacino in that movie. You're out of order. This whole system's out of order. That's what I want. He ratted out his friend.
Here's the problem. I read over the weekend, they didn't want to do this. Roger Clemens used his political clout to get this hearing. They didn't even want to do it at all. So Andy was being part of what Roger wanted to do. And then he realized he didn't want to lie under oath because he's a holy religious guy. He only has to answer to God, so he told the truth. Good for him.
No, you don't rat out your friends.
This is a lesson in morals.
A lesson in morals.
Absolutely.
Okay, Dudley Do-Right, Double D.
Why would you lie under oath?
No, I wouldn't go under oath, and I would tell them, no, I got nothing to say. You know what? I don't remember anything. And that's the key. They couldn't prove it. If he just stood up and said that, they couldn't prove it. They couldn't prove he was lying.
What if the Justice Department takes over and you're going to have to go eventually and swear on the Bible? You still wouldn't tell the truth?
You think the Justice Department actually would have had put their finger in this thing?
There's rumors floating around that they may pursue this now. And Andy will have to go back and testify again with Roger sitting there.
There's no way you can prove it. If you say, I'm not saying anything, or I don't remember fully, and I'm not saying anything.
Listen,
he ratted out his friend.
I'm proud of the guy. He didn't lie under oath. Good for him.
But do you think this was a sham? The politicians and all that. I know you say Clemens, insisted on it.
I think the whole thing was a big waste of time. Yes.
And
obviously the Republicans had an agenda. Attacking McNamee the whole time. Well, an embarrassment from them.
The Democrats didn't do too good a show either. Let's put it this way. They all were clueless. It's just a matter of who was worse. But I'm telling you right now, man, you're so big. Goodfellas is your favorite movie.
It's not the same thing. This isn't organized crime. This is Major League Baseball.
Oh, okay, so you wouldn't rat out your friend.
Not if I was going to get whacked in a taxi cab somewhere in Manhattan.
There's a body in the trunk and you'll lie. But you will lie about steroids. Okay.
All right, coming up on the show today, we have the new Dancing with the Stars lineup. I'm very excited about this.
I can't believe you're very excited about this.
There's someone on here that I definitely want to see dance. He was
Andy Petite?
Big star in the 80s. He was a big star. You'll know who he is.
Okay.
Prenups aren't as popular as they used to be. This is an interesting study. And kids don't want to be president anymore. Yesterday was President's
Really?
Day. Yeah, new study. Kids don't want to be president. Wow. And also St. John's men's basketball. They're taking on Seton Hall.
Oh, good game.
It's 5:38.